Have you ever stopped to think about why your cat appeared at the most difficult time in your life? That moment when you most needed emotional comfort, a silent moment, and many doubts, but no answers. Have you ever stopped to reflect why, among so many souls in the world, it was precisely you that he chose to protect emotionally, to sleep by his side, to purr when silence screamed? What if I told you that some humans are spiritually chosen by cats, especially when their frequency is low? What's more, what if this cat, who once saved you emotionally, is actually a guide, an ancient, reincarnated spirit, sent just to protect you? Take a deep breath and stay until the end, because what you will discover today will change the way you see the spiritual world of cats and how it can awaken a deep connection between you. It all starts at that moment when we think we are alone in the world. Life seems stuck, the days are gray, and the heart heavy. Do you remember what your routine was like before your cat showed up? Many of those chosen describe that time as an emptiness. Nothing made much sense. Emotions oscillated between apathy and despair, and even the act of getting out of bed was like carrying invisible tons. And then, out of nowhere, a four-legged being enters the scene. Sometimes it is adopted on impulse. Sometimes he simply appears at the door, as if he already knew the way. Other times, it is a gift from someone who had no idea they were handing over a spiritual key. And that's where the magic begins. He doesn't speak, but you feel it. He doesn't judge, but he understands you. He asks for nothing, but gives everything. Over time, you notice that your mood changes when he's around, that he lies down exactly when you start to cry, that he puts his nose on you when anxiety attacks threaten to swallow you. Coincidence? Not for those who see beyond, not for those who were chosen. And be careful. The behavior of these cats is not random. Many become true energetic sentinels of the house. They avoid certain rooms, they look away from certain people, and you often see them staring into space with their eyes fixed, as if they see what we don't see. These cats carry a mission. They are not just anyone. They didn't come by chance. Many experts in animal behavior and feline spirituality have observed patterns among the cats of emotionally sensitive people. They reach out to those who carry unresolved traumas. They are attracted to wounded hearts. And no, this is not out of pity, but out of purpose. These cats act as emotional amplifiers. When they purr, they release frequencies that help reorganize energy fields. Yes, you heard that right. Your cat's purring is a kind of natural Reiki. Studies have already shown that the sound of purring can help with tissue regeneration, reducing stress, and even improving bone density. But let's go beyond biology here. What you may not know is that he is also reading spiritually. They lie on top of specific chakras. Many owners report that their cats choose to sleep right on the heart, solar plexus, or even the top of the head, areas where there are blockages or latent energetic conflicts. Coincidence? It's healing. It's a guide. It's a mission. And you know that behavior that you thought was strange? That habit of staring at you out of nowhere, of always sleeping on the same side of the bed, of hiding when you have a new guest. It's not cool, it's field reading. They are always acting in the invisible. In this first block, I want you to remember the first time your cat appeared in a moment of pain. Remember the way he behaved. Remember if he changed his routine, or if, for some reason, it made you look at life from another angle. because the truth is simple and profound. If he saved you emotionally, he's not just an animal. He is a messenger. And if you think this is all in your head, wait until you hear what comes next. As the days pass and this cat remains by your side, you begin to notice small synchronicities. It seems like he feels it before you feel it. He anticipates. It appears when the emotional weight begins to tighten. What's more, when you have a bad dream, it sleeps closer. When you fight with someone, they disappear for hours, as if they were absorbing or transmuting that energy. This is not an exaggeration. It is one of the most evident characteristics of the so-called guardian cats, spiritual beings who manifest themselves in feline form to fulfill a specific task with the chosen human soul. And guess what? That soul is you. There's an ancient theory among Buddhist monks and Middle Eastern mystics that some cats do not reincarnate randomly. They are ancient spirits who were once human in other lives and who choose to return in the form of a cat for a single mission: to protect a soul that, for some cosmic reason, carries a type of light that needs to be preserved. These cats don't just live with you, they study you. They accompany you through the cycles. They feel when their vibration drops. They walk away when you lie to yourself. And they get closer when you start to reconnect with your essence. And do you want to know something really crazy? Many of chosen report that their cats behave like emotional mirrors. When they are in crisis, the cat gets sick. When they heal, the cat gets better. When they are vibrating loudly, the cat plays. When they are in denial, the cat isolates itself. They don't speak, but everything about them communicates. And if you pay attention, your cat is giving you messages all the time. You may also notice that, over time, this cat made you evolve. It made you think differently. It helped you trust more, to love more, to be patient, observing the world at a different pace. This isn't just company. That's its silent energy transformation, and perhaps the greatest proof that he is your guide. It's just that he continues to teach you, even when he leaves. Yes, many feline guides leave suddenly, and the pain is overwhelming. But if you really look, you'll realize that he accomplished his mission. That's what he needed to teach you, he taught, and that his soul is still around. The link with a spiritual guide is not broken with death. It just changes shape. Maybe now you understand better why that cat appeared in your life just when everything seemed meaningless. And maybe, just maybe, he showed up not just to save you, but to prepare you for what comes next. If you've had a spiritual experience with your cat, leave it here in the comments so we can learn more and more about this special world that often goes unnoticed. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Returning to the video, remember, the spiritual connection between humans and cats is as old as the civilizations that shaped us. In ancient Egypt, for example, cats were not just worshipped as gods. They were considered bridges between the material world and the world of spirits. They were seen as guardians of the soul, protectors of portals, and companions of priests in the most sacred rituals. But what few people know is that this reference was not for nothing. Over the ages, various cultures and occult traditions have identified a rare power in cats: the ability to move between planes without losing awareness of its mission. While other animals just live, cats remember. They remember who they are. They remember why they are here. And above all, they remember who the chosen ones are to protect. In advanced spirituality, especially in the currents linked to manifestation theory, it is believed that cats don't just choose us, they manifest us. Yes, you read that right. Cats, at certain levels of feline consciousness, manifest humans. They choose, among thousands of energetic possibilities, that soul that vibrates at the exact frequency of what they need to protect, guide, or heal. You didn't win your cat. You were called by him. He drew you to the exact space where your journey would intersect with his. Why does this happen? Because the bond between you did not begin in this life. On higher spiritual planes, guides are not randomly assigned. They are designated by karmic affinity, ancestral ties, and soul contracts signed before birth. That's why, even if your cat came from a shelter, a busy street, or an unknown litter, when you meet, you felt a look, one touch, a silence that said everything, that inexplicable feeling of, I already know you. Because yes, you already knew. What's more, there is spiritual evidence that many cats, before incarnating, already observe their humans from afar, on astral planes. They study your habits, your pains, your potentials. And when the time is right, they choose to come down. Go down to guide. Go down to protect. Go down to wake up. You may notice that since he arrived, your intuition has increased. His dreams became more vivid. Your sensitivity to energies became more acute. You began to perceive more signs from the universe, to trust your instincts more, to feel presences that you previously ignored. This is all part of what spiritualists call activation of the chosen soul. And your cat is the trigger for this activation. But how exactly does it do this? He leads you inside. It forces you to slow down. It puts you in touch with the natural cycles: sleep, attention, touch, breathing. It vibrates around you like a subtle field, organizing your thoughts, your emotions, your auric field. And the most beautiful? He does this silently, without expecting anything in return. Because guides don't charge. They just do what they came to do. That's why you feel like you love him in a way that no one else understands. Because the connection is not on the surface, it is written on another layer of reality. Now tell me in all sincerity, after all that you heard, do you still think it was you who saved your cat? Or was it he who arrived in your life, just when you were losing yourself? Because true spiritual guides don't appear with bright lights, sacred robes, or voices from beyond. They arrive in silence, with soft paws, intense looks, presences that invade your room, your heart, and your soul. They don't need words. They don't explain. They just exist. And simply existing, they transform. And here's the question that could change everything. Are you able to recognize when an ancient spirit decides to guide you through a feline body? Or are you expecting spirituality to come with ready-made, predictable, comfortable formulas? Because sometimes the universe sends masters camouflaged in fur and silence. Sometimes the universe tests your ability to see beyond logic, to feel what cannot be touched, to hear what only the heart is capable of hearing. And if your cat has ever saved you emotionally, even if it was just once, even if it was in a seemingly small moment, understand, he's not just a cat. He is a spiritual link, a guardian of your essence, a mirror of your soul. And most of all, he is the reminder that you are a chosen one. Now, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and ask yourself, have you had other guides in other lives who also came in the form of a cat? Is there a feline lineage that has accompanied you for centuries, life after life? That answer, maybe it comes in a dream, perhaps in the silence of a look, or maybe in the next video on this channel. If you've had a spiritual experience with your cat, leave it here in the comments so we can learn more and more about this special world that often goes unnoticed. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Thank my friends, enjoy your spiritual felines, and see you in the next video.